Hello, and welcome to Gothic Reviews. The charming little fellow you see sitting in front of you is Mephisto from Marvel's Select 6-inch action figure on his gentle skeleton throne.
I wonder, Gomez, if you are the only person to ever call the demon Mephisto a charming little fellow.
Well, he does.
It makes you special.
He seems outgoing, like he could be participating at our parties. Or...
I could see that. So we don't really follow those comics. I'm sure they're good, but we just don't have time. And until we knew Mephisto was in them, probably not the interest either. But Mephisto, Mephistopheles, he is an interesting demon in mythological lore. So once we saw that there was an action figure of him, we had to get him. And we will leave a link for you to do the same. We got him in, was it Suncoast Video back in the day?
Yeah.
So you won't be able to do that, but we will leave you a link that you can order him from. Probably Amazon, since though the prices aren't the greatest, it seems to have everything. But it will be from somewhere.
Oh, yes, I got distracted by playing with him because he's so cool. But Mephisto has an interesting personality. Mephistopheles is a demon. He is, of course, related to the story of Faust or Dr. Faustus in some variations, a very popular medieval story itself based on an earlier lore of people asking a demon or a devil for some kind of a boon and always ending up in the wrong, except for one very ancient tale of a variation of Faust where the person actually asked Virgin Mary for help and then she rescued him from the pact with the devil. But that was maybe a 6th century exception of all the different tales, and the one we all know and love about Faust, of course, ends up with Faust being carried over by his pact into the domicile of hell.
You know, I love Roger Zelazny's take on that. I can't remember the first book in the series. The second one is, they're not related to each other, so it doesn't really matter. But the second one is, if at Faust you don't succeed, kind of like a pun on if at first you don't succeed. And it tells that story, and it is brilliant. And I adore Roger Zelazny for fantasy, so I'm recommending that, and I'm going to put it in the comments. And there's a third book, A Farce to be Reckoned With, that has, I think it's Mephistopheles' nephew, Azzy.
Ozzy Beelzebub. Don't forget his personal relations, of course.
Yes, so it's just a very charming literature, very engaging, entertaining, and darkly witty. So we recommend those books while we're on the subject.
And if you don't believe in demons on a psychological level, you can notice that Mephistopheles and Faust share some consonants in their names, the sounds of F, S, T. Those are also the consonants present in the name of Hephaestus, the fire god of mythology, and it is probably not accidental. There is some kind of a hint, since hell is associated with hellfire and such. So in terms of symmetry, Mephistopheles could represent to some extent Faustus' own inner demon, the one who has the knowledge that Faust is looking for.
Mephistopheles is not your name, but I know what you're up to just the same. Yes, I'm plugging the Sting Wrapped Around Your Finger song by The Police, sang by Sting, because he has so many cool mythological references in that song. Since Gomez just brought up Hephaestus from Greek myth, he talks about Medusa in there too, and Mephistopheles, and it's just like an awesome song. So
and I have just shown you different sides of that throne, even in itself.
The skeleton throne, they call it.
The skeleton throne. It's very evocative. It has so many features.
Yeah, it comes with him, and I'm not always into the action figure accessories as much as the figure, and sometimes they don't even remain with us because we have so much stuff, but the throne was as cool almost as the figure. Definitely a piece worth keeping.
It's almost like it has, I don't know, a story behind it or something.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, it didn't just spring out of the air, and it's very well made. It's kind of hollow-ish, which is good because it's a big piece anyway. Let's see the height compared to the great demon himself when he is standing. It's about almost as tall as he is. So it's like a 6-inch, because I think he's a 6.5-inch. So the throne is 6 inches tall, approximately, roughly, from the very back, back here. It's a very neat construction, and it's also made out of the same material as the demon, just the action figure type rubbery plastic material, so it's not going to break. Check out the spine, it's so cool, the skeletal rib cage. This is just a neat piece on its own. It is, in the head, and it looks almost like a demon skeleton instead of a human skeleton head up here, because the eyes are a different shape, and if you notice the 3 ridges up here on the head, and actually there's a back ridge right here.
Wow.
So it's neat because it's not only skeletal, but it doesn't seem necessarily to be particularly of human origin, specifically in its skeletal nature. Now these bone skulls here have more round eyes, so they might be humanoid on the throne's arms, perhaps. But the one up here, definitely no. Did you get to catch the ridges like you wanted?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I noticed the coolest stuff, don't I?
Yes.
Yes. And I'm so modest. His points of articulation, let's give the Demon Lord a bit of attention here. I really love his shoes. I just love these pointed boots where the point goes to a sharp, but it turns up. It's like cute because it's pointed and it's upturned, and I just love them. Whether they're on a man or a woman, a witch, a demon, they're just adorable, and I want me some. But I get worried about ordering shoes online. I like to try them on, so I have not yet found anywhere who has them. But anyway, he's got good joints in the knees that allow them to bend so he can sit down on the throne. Thus, and the cape that he's wearing is made out of a more flexible rubber, so it can also bend and move as he sits on his throne. They got him all buff and muscular because demons have to be sexy too. Wait, maybe this elbow doesn't bend. The right elbow doesn't seem to bend, or if it does, it doesn't want to for me, so I'm not going to mess with it. Same with the left. It looks like they have joints though, but sometimes when they just don't seem to want to, I get nervous about
Breaking.
Yeah, messing with them. But it looks like he has joints and they don't move. And the wrists do, well, I guess the forearm on the left hand turns, so his hand can be up like this or down or this way or whatever. This hand, however, does not. So go figure. His head does not, but I just love the pointed chin look, and he seems like a handsome devil of a demon.
Very too.
With his little spiky, let's see, oh, here, when we hold his cape down in the back, you can see his hair. And it looks very spiky and cute, kind of like Beetlejuice can at times, or mine when I get it cut really short. It's so thick it just naturally spikes up, so I look like an evil elf. A friend of mine said that. It was a compliment, so I was like, that's nice. Haven't had it that short in a while, but it's nice not to have to even comb it because it's that short. But it's been a long time since I've been so bold. But anyway, let's see his articulation in the hand. I was gonna see if it would let me put his hand on his throne arm. Yeah, like that. It'll do that on the left. And then the right one is just kind of thoughtfully on his thigh, where it must remain.
His body build reminds me of other villains from the Marvel Universe, such as Mr. Sinister from the X-Men and the evil wizard Belasco from Outworld. And the face is gently smiling, the teeth are sharp. All of the colors seem to remind me of fires, being the particular kind of red. Even the spikes to an extent, almost like rising flames of swords.
Which is fitting.
Yes, so I think he's really well made.
And if his body mold is anything similar to the other figures, we don't have them, so it doesn't become redundant for us at least. I do like it when companies don't use the same mold. We're not saying that he did, he's just saying it reminds him of that, but I know some other companies do use the same mold for different figures, and I don't like that, because when you have it several, it's like you don't want them to be all most similar, and it's not like you get a price discount since you kind of already have it or anything. So I like it when each one is nothing like the other when possible, in any kind of action figures. I don't really care about Marvel, but just like it's just an action figure statement of my preference in general. I think all companies should have to use a different mold for everything they do and not cop out. So that's just my opinion. But this is a lovely figure. It's great for decor. It's a great display piece. You can also pick it up and hold it and play with it and pose it or whatever. And he's got nice calf muscles too. I'm sure he gets lots of demon chicks. Or human chicks if he wants, probably. He's not totally hideous or anything.
Everybody will be honored to have it intercourse with you.
Yeah. So, you know, I guess it's like the Temptations where he's demonic but still kind of sexy. So it's like, it's a charming adaptation of... And we know he's Mephisto, but he's Mephistopheles to us because it's truly one and the same when one studies the literature. His cape kind of reminds me of the bat ears look on Dracula's because it pokes up here. Not exactly, but it just a little. It's kind of cute. So, it's always funny to use cute and adorable for demons. We're not usually like the types to call things cute, but when we do, they're usually demonic or monstrous in nature.
Super cute.
Yes, we've been on the super cute kick. I'm noticing that so many people are calling things super cute. I don't understand putting those two words together specifically, but it's everywhere. He's cute. I don't know about super cute, but
He wants to be super cute. His chives.
there's like holes back here, but they're like those gothic, tastefully torn clothing that we have none of, I don't think. Maybe our ghoul costumes.
Oh, yeah.
But at any rate, it's charming. Oh, he does have these neat kind of spine things down his back, like where you see the spinal.
Oh, and well-developed muscles on the back.
Yes, he's a ladies' man, I'm telling you.
I begin to see it more and more.
So, this has been the Mephisto review from Marvel, right?
Marvel Select.
Marvel Select, almost like Diamond Select, but they have all the other horror monsters, so that's cool. And we consider him a charming, dashing demon lord. We enjoy having him in our collection. And we hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more similar reviews of neat, spooky products.